This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSDJ 90.7.
Welcome back, Jackrabbit fans, into Sioux Falls, South Dakota's Denny Sanford Premier Centerline Championship. Here for the women's side of the bracket, the Jackrabbits as the number 2 seed, taking on the number 1 seeded North Dakota State Bison here today in Sioux Falls. And the Jackrabbits have their foot in the door here, coming into this game with a lot of momentum from the previous games in the tournament. We'll take you through what led both these teams into this championship. In the first game in the quarterfinal, South Dakota State played the number 7 seed Kansas City, defeated them 75-61. Then in the semifinal, defeated the number 3 seed South Dakota 74-59. And now the Jackrabbits look to four-peat in the Summit League Championship as they've won the 3 previous as they face off against the number 1 seeded North Dakota State. NDSU defeated the number 8 seed Omaha Mavericks 87-37 in the quarterfinals, then took on the number 5 seeded St. Thomas Tommies, where the Tommies battled throughout the first half to keep it close, but ultimately fell 63-51. Now the Bison here looking to make their mark and win the Summit League Championship for the first time in a long time as a part of the women's bracket. North Dakota State comes in favored in this game as the 1 and 2 seeds come to face off, but the Jackrabbits have a couple secret weapons that we'll get into. The starting lineup for the Jackrabbits being announced right now, and first down the chute for SDSU is guard at 5'10", a senior out of Sleepy Eye, Minnesota, number 3, Madison Mathowitz. Next for the Jackrabbits, guard at 5'8", a sophomore out of Mount Vernon, South Dakota, number 4, Emily Fox. Third for the Jackrabbits, a freshman for this team, has been great through the playoffs. The third leading scorer for the Jackrabbits, a guard at 6'2", out of Alexandria, Minnesota. It's number 11, Hadley Toole. Next up for the Jackrabbits down the chute, a 6-foot redshirt sophomore out of Brandon, South Dakota. It's number 10, Hillary Barnes. And the leading player for this Jackrabbit squad, last and certainly not least, forward at 6'2", a senior out of Larchwood, Iowa, number 31, Brooklyn Meyer. That's the starting group for SDSU. The starting group for North Dakota State will be number 1, Molly Lentz, number 12, Marissa Frost, number 30, Jocelyn Schiller, number 40, Abby Kruzinski, and number 22, Avery Conan. Keep an eye out at Avery Conan, the leading player for North Dakota State, averaging 19.7 points per game with 10.8 rebounds per game. Avery Conan is the Summit League Player of the Year. But the Jackrabbits have a couple weapons of their own. Seniors Brooklyn Meyer and Maddie Mathowitz are leading the Jackrabbits through the Summit League tournament. They both averaged more than 20 points over the last 2 games in the postseason. Brooklyn Meyer has an individual field goal percentage of .655, ranking 4th in the country. SDSU is 7th in shooting percentage as a team with .488. Brooklyn Meyer surpassed 2,000 career points as a Jackrabbit and became South Dakota State's single-season scoring leader in the quarterfinal win against Kansas City on Thursday. Thursday night. Brooklyn Meyer, one of 2 players in the country averaging over 20 points and shooting better than 60%. The only other player in the U.S. is Audie Crooks from Iowa State. Maddie Mathowitz is averaging 13.8 points per game on the year. She scored at least 15 points in 11 of the last 15 games and at least 20 in the last 4 of 6. Emily Fox is still the number 1 3-point shooter in the country, averaging .481 on the year. That has decreased over the Summit League tournament. She started off in the quarterfinal with a 3-point average of .500, so it's down to .481, but she's still the number 1 3-point shooter in the country. She scores 8.3 points per game. Hadley Toole, a top freshman for this Jackrabbit squad, is contributing 9.1 points, 4.1 rebounds, and 2.7 assists while shooting 53% here in the last 9 games. She is the Jackrabbits' 3rd scoring leader behind Maddie Mathowitz and Brooklyn Meyer. The Jackrabbits are currently on a 9-game win streak. That streak includes a 59-44 win over the Bison in Fargo. That happened on February 25th in the regular season. Earlier in the year, the Jackrabbits dropped a game in Brookings to the Bison, where NDSU saw a lot of success from outside the arc shooting 3-pointers. We'll see if that continues for them here in the Summit League tournament, or if the Jackrabbits can lock things down and make it happen to get their 4th Summit League championship in a row. Can the Jackrabbits four-peat? I don't know. We will find out. We're going to put 10 minutes up on the clock. The first quarter of the Summit League Finals about to go down. The number 1 seeded Bison taking on your number 2 seeded South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Again, I'm Ben Anderson with Collegiate Sports. So glad to have you alongside me for this one. A big one for the Jackrabbits, looking to go on to March Madness and take home the 4-peat in the Summit League tournament. Brooklyn Meyer at center court, going to be facing off against Avery Coonan for the jump ball. Jump ball, center court, goes to Brooklyn Meyer. Emily Fox gets it, and the Jackrabbits will start things off in the first. Moving off to the left is Maddie Mathowitz. My view's obstructed here, but Hillary Behrens gets it, and over on the right side is Hadley Toole. Toole at center arc gives to Hillary Behrens. Behrens driving in the paint. Behrens for the layup. It goes off the rim and no good. Rebounded by the Bison. And the Bison quick the other way is Jocelyn Schiller. Schiller outside the arc on the near side. Hand to Avery Coonan. Back to Schiller on the far side now. Driving inside the arc. Kicks over to her teammate. Corner 3 for the Bison is no good. Rebounded by Brooklyn Meyer. Marissa Frost shot that one for NDSU. A little off the mark. Jump shot. And Maddie Mathowitz is on the board with a jumper. It's 2-0. The Jackrabbits with the lead. Jocelyn Schiller on the near side gives to her teammate Abby Kruzinski. Kruzinski bounce pass inside Avery Coonan. Coonan in to Kruzinski off the glass and in for 2. Kruzinski It's tied at 2. 8:50 remaining in the first quarter of the Summit League final. Hadley Toole on the near side. Give to Emily Fox. Fox kicks over to the right. It's Hillary Behrens. Here is Maddie Mathewitz on the far side of the arc. She passes it all the way across to Hadley Toole. Toole driving underneath the basket and in for two. It's Hadley Toole with the layup. It's 4-2. The Jacks by 2. 8:30 remaining in the first quarter. Jocelyn Schiller up the court for NDSU. Give to Krasinski, top of the arc. Krasinski bounce pass back over into Kunin. And on the backside, wide open, Krasinski is for the layup. It's 4-4. 8:15 remaining in the first. Emily Fox across half court, pass right, Hillary Behrens. Here's Hadley Toole on the far side. Inside, Brooklyn Meyer. That pass intercepted and taken away by Marissa Frost. The Bison with a chance to get a lead here. And Hadley Toole gets out in front of Marissa Frost. Frost gets tripped up, and Toole picks up the foul. First team foul of the game goes to the Jackrabbits. 8 minutes remaining in the first. Bison will inbound. Clean inbound from Jocelyn Schiller to Avery Kunin. Here to Frost. Frost driving in the paint. Kicks it over and back to Frost from her teammate. In the paint, Krasinski gets it outside the arc, shooting for three, and unlucky bounce. That one rolled off the front of the rim, and Brooklyn Meyer with the rebound. Mathewitz going the other way, outside the arc. Looking right, finds Hillary Behrens. Behrens running around the arc to the near side. Goes to Hadley Toole, center arc. Over to Mathewitz, right side. Mathewitz driving in. Over to Toole, wide open for three. Hadley Toole wide right, no good. Rebound, Brooklyn Meyer, second chance for South Dakota State. Behrens to Toole. Toole to Fox at the top of the arc. Here to Toole on the left side. Toole looks right, driving in the paint, going for the layup. Blocked there, but a whistle as Toole was going for the basket. Foul on NDSU. First team foul of the game for NDSU. Krasinski picked that one up. Hadley Toole at the line, shooting the first free throws of the game. For the lead here, Toole at the line. First is good. 7:08 remaining in the first quarter. Toole at the line, shooting her second. Second is good. The Jackrabbits with a 2-point lead over the Bison. It's 6-4 with 7 minutes remaining in the first. Jocelyn Schiller across half court for the Bison. At the top of the arc. Bounce pass over to Krasinski. Here's Kunin. Near side, Marissa Frost driving into the paint. Backside, Kunin. Brooklyn Meyer got in front there and a whistle. Brooklyn Meyer picks up the foul, and it will send Avery Kunin to the line to shoot two. 6:53 remaining in the first, and Kunin at the line. First by Kunin, takes a couple good bounces and in. Second opportunity here for Kunin. Free throw is good. We're tied at 6. 6:53 remains in the first. Hadley Toole gets the inbound from her teammate. South Dakota State up the court. Give to Emily Fox. Fox moving right. Looks to Toole. Gets it back in the hands of Toole. She's at the top of the arc. Right side, Mathewitz for three. That off the back of the rim. Rebound, Hadley Toole. Second chance. That one goes over. And Brooklyn Meyer in there for the rebound, but a whistle in that opportunity. Marissa Frost picks up the foul. Second team foul of the game for NDSU. Emily Fox to inbound here for the Jackrabbits in Bison territory. Gets it into Maddie Mathewitz. Mathewitz on the near side, a whistle. 6:33 remaining. Avery Kunin picks up her first foul, third team foul for the Bison. And the Jackrabbits will inbound again in Bison territory. 6:33 remaining. Gets into Brooklyn Meyer. Meyer driving in the paint, going for the layup, and Brooklyn Meyer is in for two. The Jackrabbits with the 2-point lead. It's 8-6. 6:20 remaining in the first. Abby Krasinski at the top of the arc. Bounce pass to Kunin. Kunin looking for options. Go to the far side. Corner three is good from Molly Lentz. And the Bison with a 1-point lead. It's 9-8. The Jackrabbits down by 1. 6 minutes remain in the first. Emily Fox on the Summit League logo passes right to Hadley Toole. Toole to Mathewitz on the right side. Mathewitz all the way across to Emily Fox near side. Fox with a jump shot. No good. Rebound Avery Coonan. And the Bison take it away with a 1-point lead. 5:45 remaining in the first. Schiller driving inside the paint. Spin move, get it out to Coonan. Coonan spin move, jump shot off the rim, no good. Barons assists Toole on the rebound and gets it over to Maddie Mathewitz quickly as Toole was in trouble. Maddie Mathewitz bounce pass into Brooklyn Meyer. Meyer spin move underneath the basket. Good bounce off the rim and in for Brooklyn Meyer. It's 10-9. The Jackrabbits with a 1-point lead over the Bison. 5:15 remaining in the first quarter. Molly Lentz gives to Marissa Frost, top of the arc. Frost driving in for NDSU. Going towards the basket, no good. Brooklyn Meyer keeps it in from out of bounds, and Hadley Toole takes it away. Great move there for Brooklyn Meyer defensively. Emily Fox in trouble, looking to pass out. Gets it over to Maddie Mathewitz. Mathewitz outside the arc, goes back to Frost on that right side. Frost driving inside, bounce pass to Brooklyn Meyer. Meyer in the paint for the basket and in. Brooklyn Meyer for 2. B. Meyer with 6 points to start off the first quarter. 4:30 remaining in the first. 12-9. The Jackrabbits up by 3. Jocelyn Schiller gives to Krasinski. Lentz on the outside of the arc. Jump shot from Lentz for a deep 2. No good. Rebound Hadley Toole. Hadley Toole up the court for the Jackrabbits on the near side. Gives to Maddie Mathewitz. Inside is B. Meyer for a jump shot. That's nothing but net. Brooklyn Meyer. Brooklyn Meyer on fire. 8 points to start off the first quarter. 14-9. The Jackrabbits up by 5. Under 4 minutes left to go in the first. Schiller dancing around the arc. Gives to Molly Lentz on the far side. Lentz drives in, give to Marissa Frost. Schiller for 3 from the near side. That's nothing but net. Jocelyn Schiller. 14-12. The Jackrabbits with a 2-point lead over the Bison. 3:40 remaining in the first. Emily Fox on the far side, driving inside now for the Jackrabbits. Gives over to Maddie Mathewitz all the way over. Hillary Barnes, corner 3 off the rim. No good. Rebound, Brooklyn Meyer couldn't keep it from going out of bounds. 3:27 remaining in the first. And we are in a media timeout. We're going to take it with them. It's 14-12. The number 2 seeded Jackrabbits leading the number 1 seed Bison by 2. We'll be back after this.
This portion of KSTJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Mid-Airy. Reservations are appreciated.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSTJ 90.7.
This portion of KSTJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSTJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
Welcome back into the Denny Sanford Premier Center. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegian Sports, also on KSDJ 90.7 FM. The Jackrabbits leading the Bison to start off in the first quarter of this finals game, 14-12. We've got 3:27 remaining in the first quarter. The Jackrabbits are led by Brooklyn Meyer with 8 points today. She's 4 for 4 on field goals, has not missed to start off this first quarter. 4 rebounds as well for Brooklyn Meyer. Something else to look at is NDSU is 2 for 4 on three-pointers, while the Jackrabbits are 0 for 3. The Bison were able to pick up threes from outside the arc to defeat the Jackrabbits earlier this season in Brookings, but the Jacks were able to hold the North Dakota State Bison defensively in Fargo and get a win there. So a split series in the regular season between these two teams, and they meet again here in the Summit League Final. Coming out of the media timeout. Again, 14-12. The Jackrabbits on top by 2. 3:27 left to go in the first quarter. The Bison going to start off with the basketball after the media timeout. Up the court for NDSU, it's Marissa Frost. Frost to the arc. Passing left to her teammate in the far side corner. That is Abby Graham, who just checked into the game. Molly Lentz has it now on the near side corner. Back to Graham. Here is Marissa Frost. Frost outside the arc. Goes to Molly Lentz on the far side. Goes near side for Frost. Her three-point shot is no good. Rebounded by Brooklyn Felchley. And NDSU the other way. Here is Ellie Kolbeck in the game now for SDSU, one of the seniors on this team. Kolbeck kicks out to Brooklyn Meyer. Meyer to Mathewitz at the top of the arc. Driving inside. Mathewitz for the layup. No good as she was driven outside. Carrington Asp with the rebound for NDSU. Marissa Frost has it now for the Bison. 2:35 remains in the first quarter. Bounce pass here to her teammate, Carrington Asp. Lentz inside Avery Coonan. Coonan against Brooklyn Felchley right now. Double team on Coonan, and that ball goes over the line as Coonan tried to pass out, and it goes out of bounds. 2:18 remains in the first quarter. The Jackrabbits still with the lead, 14-12 over the Bison. Emily Fox to inbound here in Bison territory as the basketball rolled all the way down into their half. Emily Fox cleanly into Brooklyn Felchley. Back to Fox. Fox jump shot. It's good. Emily Fox for 2. 16-12. The Jackrabbits lead the Bison by 4. About 2 minutes remain here in the first quarter. Carrington Asp bounce pass to Coonan. Coonan to the far side corner to Lentz. A whistle as Kolbeck was on the defense. Ellie Kolbeck picks up a foul. Third team foul of the first quarter for the Jackrabbits. We're under 2 minutes. Marissa Frost going to inbound it here in Jackrabbit territory for the Bison. Gets it into Avery Coonan. Back out to Frost. Frost to her teammate Graham. Graham on the near side outside the arc. Here's Lentz, top of the arc. She comes to the near side, working against Ellie Kolbeck. Lentz stepping inside the line, passes out now to Frost. 3-second shot clock for the Bison. 1 second on the shot clock. They're not going to get a shot away, and that's a shot clock violation on the Bison. Shot clock violation on the Bison with 1:37 left to go in the first quarter. Hadley Toole going to inbound here for the Jacks. Gets it into Emily Fox. Jacks with the 4-point lead over the Bison. It's 16-12. Hadley Toole gets it in Bison territory. Ellie Kolbeck on the near side. On the back side, it's Toole. Toole to Brooklyn Meyer. Meyer, one-on-one against Coonan. Going for the basket, no good. Coonan on the defense there. Jocelyn Schiller goes the other way for the Bison. Schiller on the near side. Coonan at the top of the arc has it now. Bounce pass in to Abby Krasinski. Krasinski looking for options. Goes outside to Coonan. Coonan to Schiller on the far side. Schiller driving in the paint. Gets it out to Marissa Frost. Down to 8 seconds shot clock. And Frost throws up a 2. That's no good. and rebounded by Emily Fox. Colbeck up the near side of the court for the Jackrabbits. Bounce pass in. Brooklyn Meyer open, but couldn't make it happen. Frelchley, second chance, gets it out to Frost. The Jackrabbits looking for some second chance points with 40 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And Fox gonna get a travel here as she was headed towards the basket. 38 seconds remains in the first quarter. The Bison with the basketball. There's about 9 seconds more on the on the game clock than the shot clock. Schiller gets it in here to Krasinski. And now it's over to Carrington Asp. Asp underneath the basket, going for two. That rims off, no good. Rebounded by the Bison. They stepped out of bounds, but the refs didn't call it. And Schiller going towards the basket gets stopped. And Emily Fox picks it up off the court. The Jackrabbits 10 seconds to score here before the end of the first. Colbeck back to Fox. 5 seconds. Fox running around. Mathewitz down to 2. Mathewitz outside the 3. Hits the rim and no good. That brings us to the end of the first quarter. 16-12. The Jackrabbits with a 4-point lead headed into the second quarter. We'll step aside. Be back for the second quarter of action after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings Park West. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, Park West is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. Park West is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSDJ 90.7.
The Jackrabbits with the lead to start off in the first quarter, 16-12 over the number 1 seeded Bison. The Jackrabbits still yet to make a three-point shot today. They're 0 for 4. More relying on points from inside the paint. They've got 8 points in the paint, and all those come from Brooklyn Meyer. She's got 8 points today. 4 for 6 on field goals from Meyer. 4 rebounds for her as well. Like to see Mathewitz get a little bit more into this game, as well as Hadley Toole. Toole's got 4 points already, but Mathewitz 1 for 4 on field goals and 0 for 2 on three-pointers. Hopefully Maddie can get into this one and help the Jackrabbits maintain the lead over the Bison. Thanks for joining me here at the Summit League Final in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Such a privilege to be here and able to cover it for you. The Bison going to start off with the basketball here in the second quarter. We'll put 10 minutes back on the clock, and we are underway in quarter number 2 of the Summit League Final. Jocelyn Schiller over to the far side. Basketball heads out of bounds. Last touch by the Jackrabbits. Krasinski in the area. The Bison are going to inbound here in Jackrabbit territory. 9:53 remaining here in the second quarter. Avery Coonan in the paint for the Bison. Rifles it out to Schiller. Schiller for three. That's good from Jocelyn Schiller. Schiller dialed in here on three-pointers. She's 2 for 2 today. Emily Fox to Ellie Colbeck. Colbeck inside. Brooklyn Meyer. Meyer with the layup assisted from Ellie Colbeck. 18-15. The Jackrabbits up by 3. 9:20 remaining in the first half. Krasinski has it for the Bison. Passing left, gets it to Amelia Hobson. Underneath the basket, it is Coonan. Coonan goes for the layup, no good off the rim. Rebounded by the Jackrabbits after a scuffle. Here's Emily Fox going the other way for the team in yellow and blue. Gets it to Ellie Colbeck on the near side. Goes to Brooklyn Meyer. Meyer inside the paint. Kicks it out to Behrens, and that one goes a little bit wide to the right there. Behrens couldn't catch it. 8:54 remaining in the first half. The Jackrabbits will inbound here. The Bison defender got in between that pass and kind of broke it up. So Behrens inbounds it to Emily Fox. Fox into Mathewitz. Mathewitz driving inside. Kicks out Brooklyn Meyer. Meyer to Behrens at the top of the arc. Here is Hadley Toole on the left side. 5-second shot clock, down to 3. Toole driving inside, 1 second. Toole goes for the layup, no good. It hit the rim, goes out of bounds, and the Jackrabbits will maintain possession of the Bison end as the Bison forced it out of bounds. So Emily Fox to inbound with the shot clock reset at 20 seconds. Mathewitz driving inside, lost control of the basketball, a whistle as Mathewitz was driving. Marissa Frost picks up the foul. First team foul of the second quarter for the Bison. It's 18-15. The Jackrabbits with a 3-point lead over the Bison. Mathewitz gets the inbound from Emily Fox. Mathewitz bounce pass inside. Brooklyn Meyer going for 2. No good. Second chance, but a foul here on Avery Coonan. Coonan picks up the second team foul of the second. She has 2 personal fouls. She is the Bison leading scorer and the Summit League Player of the Year. Brooklyn Meyer will go to the line and shoot 2. Meyer's first is off the rim, no good. Second shot here from Brooklyn is good. 19-15, the Jackrabbits with a 4-point lead over the number 1 seeded Bison. Jocelyn Schiller outside the arc for the Bison, gives to Krasinski. Here's Lentz. Lentz for 3 from the near side, off the rim and no good. Hillary Behrens with the rebound for the Jackrabbits. Behrens quick the other way. Gives to Maddie Mathewitz. Mathewitz quick over to Toole on the far side. Toole wanted to shoot it. Instead, she's going to drive in the paint. Toole going for the layup and good after rolling around the rim. Hadley Toole for 2. It's 21-15. The Jackrabbits with a 6-point lead over the Bison with under 8 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Jocelyn Schiller up the court for the Bison. Schiller for 3 from the top of the arc. That's off the rim, no good. Maddie Mathewitz with the rebound. Mathewitz across half court, top of the arc for Maddie. She kicks it out to Emily Fox. Here to Behrens on the near side. Behrens all the way across to Mathewitz, and that pass broken up. 7:28 remains in the second quarter. Hillary Behrens will inbound here in Bison territory. Behrens gets it into Emily Fox. Fox goes to Hadley Toole. Toole to Behrens, and looking for options. Behrens went to pass to Fox, and a little miscommunication there. That one flies out of bounds. The Bison get the turnover. Krasinski inbounds to Jocelyn Schiller. Schiller back to Krasinski, outside the arc. Asp with it now. Back to Lentz. Lentz for three. That's nothing but net for Molly Lentz. 21-18, the Jackrabbits up by a narrow three here in the Summit League Final. 7 minutes remain in the first half. Colbeck goes left to Maddie Mathewitz. Mathewitz deep inside here to Brooklyn Meyer. Hadley Toole on the outside, driving in. Toole for two is good. Hadley Toole with the layup. Hadley Toole with 8 points today for the Jackrabbits. The Bison leading scorer. Molly Lentz with 6, Jocelyn Schiller with 6. Schiller is 2 for 3 on three-pointers today. Carrington Asp goes to Schiller. Schiller kicks it out. Krasinski for 3 off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Hillary Behrens. Behrens to Toole. Toole on the near side. Moving right now towards center. And back inside over to Behrens in the near side corner. Behrens driving in. Going around a defender. Spin move. Behrens for 2. Cashes in the layup. 25-18. The Jackrabbits ahead by 7. 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Jocelyn Schiller on the Summit League logo. Schiller at the top of the arc. Goes to the near side. Over to Krasinski. Krasinski to Lentz. Lentz driving in. Jump shot from Lentz. Off the rim. No good. Hillary Behrens rebounds. That one goes out of bounds from Behrens. Miscommunication there. The Jackrabbits leads the turnover. Krasinski going to inbound here for the Bison. 5:36 left to go in the second quarter. 25-18, the Jackrabbit lead the Bison by 7. Jocelyn Schiller gets the inbound. Schiller to Krasinski. In the near side corner, it's Lentz. Lentz driving in the paint. Bounce pass to the backside to her teammate off the rim, and no good. That shot was from Mariley Simon. Mathewitz gets it, and she's headed quickly into Bison territory. Spin move from Mathewitz towards the basket. Jump shot, Maddie Mathewitz off the rim and out. Molly Lentz with the rebound for the Bison up the court. Just over 5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Mariley Simon, top of the arc for the Bison. Goes left to Jocelyn Schiller. Schiller driving in the paint. Schiller in trouble. Almost got forced out of bounds. On the ground now, fighting for it. Jump ball called as Maddie Mathewitz got in there on the defense. Looks like the Jackrabbits going to have possession here and get the jump ball. 25-18, the Jackrabbits lead the Bison by 7. We're in immediate timeout. We'll be back after this.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSTJ 90.7.
This portion of KSTJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
This portion of KSTJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings ParkWest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, ParkWest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. ParkWest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSTJ 90.7.
Welcome back in to the Denny Sanford Premier Center in Sioux Falls. The Jackrabbits leading over the Bison in this finals game, 25-18, 4:53 remaining here in the first half. The Jackrabbits still yet to score a three-point shot through this game. Went 0 for 4 in the first quarter and has not attempted a three-point shot here in the second. The Bison currently on a scoring drought of the last 2 minutes and 13 seconds as the Jackrabbits have started to pull away with their lead, but definitely still manageable for the Bison with plenty of game time left. Leading the Jackrabbits in points is Brooklyn Meyer with 11, followed by Hadley Toole with 8. The Jackrabbits start off with it after the media timeout. A jump ball led to the timeout. Emily Fox goes off to the right, passing forward to Maddie Mathewitz. Mathewitz out to Fox. Fox back to Mathewitz. Mathewitz all the way across to Hadley Toole. Toole for three. That was wide open, but just rimmed off. No good. Rebounded by the Bison. 4:30 remaining in the first half. Lentz gives to Carrington Asp. Asp at the top of the key. Gives to Amelia Hobson. Hobson driving in the paint. Gives to Asp. Asp in the paint for the layup. No good. Rebounded by Emily Fox. It's still 25-18, and the Bison still on scoring drought of the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Hadley Toole outside the arc. Give to Maddie Mathewitz. Mathewitz inside. Out to Brooklyn Felchley. Felchley in the paint. Out to Maddie Mathewitz at the top of the arc. Over to Fox on the left side. 10-second shot clock. Brooklyn Meyer inside. Going for the layup. No good. Rebounded by Carrington Asp and the Bison. 3-minute scoring drought for the Bison with 3:45 remaining in the second quarter. Marissa Frost gives to Asp. Asp back to the Frost. Frost for three. That off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Brooklyn Meyer. On the far side, Emily Fox with it. Fox on the Summit League logo. Under 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the first half. On the far side, it's Hadley Toole. Toole inside to Brooklyn Meyer. Meyer spin move towards the basket and good. Brooklyn Meyer for two. Scoring drought, 3 minutes and 30 seconds here for the Bison now. Brooklyn Meyer with 13 points today. Molly Lentz on the near side. Driving in. Bounce pass to Asp. Underneath the basket, Asp, spin move, up for two, and an and one for Carrington Asp. Coming up, 2:55 remains in the second quarter, 27-20. The Jackrabbits with a 7-point lead. Carrington Asp at the line, shooting one. First team foul of the second quarter for the Jackrabbits. And Asp, the and one is no good. Rebounded by Hillary Behrens. Ellie Kolbeck with it. Gets it over to Emily Fox. Fox up the court for the Jacks. Goes right to Kolbeck. Back to Fox. Here on the near side, it's Mathewitz. Fox center. Kolbeck right side. Here Fox center again. Right side, Kolbeck. Kolbeck for three. Off the rim, no good. Brooklyn Meyer rebound. Second chance layup. Brooklyn Meyer no good. Third chance layup. And no good, but a foul on Brooklyn Meyer. 2:29 remains in the second quarter. Third team foul of the second quarter for the Bison. Sends Brooklyn Meyer to the line. She'll shoot two. First one from Meyer is off the back rim, no good. Brooklyn Meyer, second chance. Shot is up and off the rim, no good. Goes 0 for 2 there at the line. Avery Coonan with the rebound for the Bison. Jacks lead it 27-20. Under 2 minutes and 30 seconds remains in the first half. Molly Lentz far side outside the three-point line. Here is Schiller driving in. Coonan gets it at the top of the arc. Schiller near side driving in. Coonan top of the key. Spin move from Coonan against Brooklyn Meyer towards the basket and in for two. Avery Coonan, 27-22. The Jackrabbits lead by 5. Under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Emily Fox with the basketball. Fox on the Summit League logo. Passes left. Hillary Behrens. Behrens jump shot for two is good. Hillary Behrens. 29-22. Jacks lead it by 7. Jocelyn Schiller up the court. Minute 35 remains in the first half. Avery Coonan gets it. Goes to Marissa Frost near side. Over to Molly Lentz, top of the three-point line. Lentz to Coonan. Coonan passes over to Asp. On the backside is able to get the layup. Barrington Asp. 29-24. The Jackrabbits lead it by 5. Minute 12 remaining here in the second quarter. Emily Fox passing left to Maddie Mathowitz. Back to bounce pass to Fox. Behrens into Brooklyn Meyer. Meyer driving towards the basket. Up for two. It's good. Brooklyn Meyer off the glass and in. 31-24. The Jackrabbits lead by 7. 50 seconds remaining here in the first half. Jocelyn Schiller gives to Molly Lentz. Schiller here to passing around the arc. Goes to Lentz on the far side. Three-point line, no good. Ellie Kolbeck with the rebound. 35 seconds remaining in the first half. Emily Fox letting some time run down. Emily Fox going to the center. Bounce pass in Brooklyn Meyer. Meyer, spin move against Coonan. Up for two, no good. That one went over the basket. NDSU on the rebound has 12 seconds to score here to end out the first half. Down to 8, down to 6, 5, 4, 3. Near side corner for 3 is good. Marissa Frost with the three-pointer to end the first half. 31-27, the Jackrabbits lead the Bison by 4. Headed into halftime. We'll have a halftime report coming up for you in a couple minutes, and then the full half of action still to go in this Summit League Finals game. Coming up, stick around.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings ParkWest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, ParkWest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. ParkWest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7. This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets, and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there's nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. Talk to someone if you're struggling with mental health, because most people out here really care. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets, and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there is nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Welcome into the Collegiate Sports Halftime Report. I'm Ben Anderson here in Sioux Falls at the Summit League Women's Basketball Finals game between the number 1 seed North Dakota State and the number 2 seed South Dakota State. SDSU with the lead at halftime, 31-27. The Jacks up by 4. Let's take a look at some stats through the first half. The Jackrabbits are out shooting the Bison. They have 45% from the field, 14 for 31 for the Jackrabbits, 37% for the Bison, 10 for 27 from the field. The Jackrabbits still yet to make a three-point shot today. They're 0 for 6 through the first half. The Bison 38% from outside the arc, 5 for 13 there. At the line, the Jackrabbits are 50%, 3 for 6 on free throws, compared to the Bison, 67%, 2 for 3 there. Both teams have 4 turnovers. The Bison with 3 points off of turnovers, and the Jacks with 2. Big deciding factor here through the first half is total rebounds. The Jackrabbits with 24 total rebounds, the Bison with 11. 7 of those are offensive rebounds for the Jackrabbits compared to only 1 for the Bison. That means the Jackrabbits have 5 second chance points compared to the Bison, 0. The Jackrabbits have 18 points inside the paint compared to the Bison, 10, which is also an interesting statistic because the Jackrabbits have essentially taken Avery Coonan out of the game, the Summit League Player of the Year from the Bison. Coonan only with 4 points through the first half. She's averaging around 20 per game, and she only has 4 in the first half, 1 for 3 on field goals, didn't take any threes, and 2 for 2 from the line. 4 rebounds and 5 assists for Coonan, but still a lot less points on the board than usual. Leading scorer right now for North Dakota State is Molly Lentz and Jocelyn Schiller. Both of them have 6. Lentz 2 for 6 from the field. Both of them 3-point shots. She's 2 for 4 on threes. 1 rebound for Lentz. Jocelyn Schiller, 6 points today. 2 for 3 on 3-pointers. That's the only shots she's taken today. 1 rebound and 1 assist. Taking a look at Jackrabbit leaders. Brooklyn Meyer with 15 points so far in the first half. 7 for 12 for her. 1 for 4 at the line. 7 rebounds for Brooklyn Meyer. Second leading scorer for the Jackrabbits is freshman Hadley Toole out of Alexandria, Minnesota. 8 points, 3 for 7 on field goals, 0 for 2 on 3-pointers, 2 for 2 at the line. 4 rebounds and 1 assist. Maddie Mathowitz, typically the second leading scorer for the Jackrabbits, only has 2 points today. She's 1 for 5 on field goals, 0 for 2 from outside the arc, 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Hopefully Maddie Mathowitz, senior on this Jackrabbit squad, can pick things up in the second half for the Jackrabbits. But Brooklyn Meyer off to a hot start, and Hadley Toole putting in some work as well for the Jackrabbits. Score at halftime, 31-27. The Jackrabbits with a 4-point lead headed into the third quarter. We've got about 5 minutes left of halftime, and we'll be back for the third quarter here on Collegiate Sports and KSDJ 90.7 FM. Stick around.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7. This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSDJ 90.7.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into Sioux Falls, South Dakota for the Summit League Women's Basketball Championship Final. North Dakota State taking on your South Dakota State University Jackrabbits. 31-27, the Jacks lead the Bison by 4. We got about 30 seconds till the third quarter kicks off here in the Denny Sanford Premier Center. So glad to have you alongside me for this one here on Collegiate Sports and on KSDJ 90.7. Brooklyn Meyer just having a great day today. 15 points through the first half, on pace for a 30-point game. 7 rebounds for her as well. We'll see if she picks up the double-double. We'll see what NDSU has worked out through the half. A lot of their players held to lower points than they're used to through the first half. Avery Kunin only with 4, averaging around 20 points per game. Jocelyn Schiller held to 6. Molly Lentz held to 6. And Marissa Frost held to 3 points. The Jackrabbits doing something right on defense through the first half. We'll see if they can keep it up in the second. Jackrabbits with a 4-point lead. NDSU starting things off in the third quarter. 10 minutes goes up, and we are underway here in the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Kunin with it for the Bison, driving inside the paint. Picks up a double team. Krasinski for 3. She cashes it in. Abby Krasinski from outside the arc. It's 31-30. The Jacks with the narrow 1-point lead here today. 9:35 remaining in the third quarter. Maddie Mathowitz driving inside. Goes outside to Hillary Behrens. Behrens goes far side to Hadley Toole. Toole looking for options. Goes Emily Fox, top of the arc. Fox pass is broken up by Avery Kunin and stolen away by the Bison. Molly Lentz going the other way. The Bison looking to take the lead. Kunin, bounce pass to Krasinski. Krasinski over to Emily Fox. Fox almost stole it away. It heads out of bounds. And they're going to say Bison basketball. 9:06 remaining in the third. It's still 31-30. The Jackrabbits with a 1-point lead. The Bison to inbound in Jackrabbit territory. 14 seconds on the shot clock. They go to Coonan. Coonan to Molly Lentz. And Schiller goes for the layup. It's no good. Rebounded by Hadley Toole. And the Jackrabbits gonna take it away here. Emily Fox to Maddie Mathewitz. Mathewitz top of the arc. Goes to Emily Fox near side. Fox to the far side. Behrens in the corner. It's Mathewitz back to Behrens. Center arc. Behrens for three. Took an unlucky bounce and out no good. And on the rebound, Brooklyn Meyer and Molly Lentz fighting for it on the rebound. And Brooklyn Meyer's going to pick up a foul here. First team foul of the third quarter. Meyer and Lentz both hit the ground there going for the rebound, but Meyer draws the foul, picks up the foul. Fans don't like it. 8:30 remaining in the third quarter. NDSU with the basketball now in Jackrabbit territory. Marissa Frost driving inside, goes Coonan. Coonan gets a double team. Outside is Krasinski, back into Coonan. Coonan driving in the paint against Brooklyn Meyer. Coonan going for two. It's no good. And a whistle. 6 seconds goes on the shot clock. The Bison will inbound in Jackrabbit territory. They'll have 6 seconds to put up a shot. 8:12 remaining in the third quarter. Jacks with the 1-point lead still, 31-30. The Jackrabbits have led for the majority of this game. Coonan spin move going for the basket, blocked by Brooklyn Meyer, and Maddie Mathewitz gets it over to Hadley Toole quickly, and Toole just overshoots Behrens, and that ball goes out of bounds. Behrens was wide open for the layup. 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter, and the Bison will inbound. Still 31-30, Jacks by 1. The Jackrabbits have led for 18 minutes and 26 seconds of the game, where the Bison have only led for 51 seconds. Looking to change it, Krasinski goes to Frost on the far side, inside to Coonan. Coonan against Brooklyn Meyer, going into the paint. Coonan spin move, kicks it out to the near side corner. Schiller bounce pass in to Krasinski. Krasinski to Coonan. Coonan, fade away, no good. Ball heading out of bounds, but it'll be a shot clock violation on NDSU, or maybe it just went out of bounds on NDSU, but Jackrabbit ball nonetheless. They'll inbound with 7:31 left to go in the third. Behrens gets the inbound here to Emily Fox. Fox up the court. Fox gives to Toole on the far side. Here's Hillary Behrens, top of the arc. Behrens, Maddie Mathewitz near side. Near side going far side to Emily Fox. Here's Toole. Toole inside Brooklyn Meyer, and Brooklyn Meyer ran into in her shot process. It'll be a foul. Marissa Frost picks up the first team foul of the third quarter for the Bison. 7:11 remains in the third quarter, and Brooklyn Meyer at the line shooting two. Brooklyn is 1 for 4 on free throws today at the line now. The Bison on a scoring drought of 2 minutes and 30 seconds. First one for Brooklyn is good. Meyer. Second one does not fall. Avery Coonan with the rebound for the Bison. It's 32-30. The Jackrabbits with a 2-point lead over the Bison. 7 minutes remains in the third quarter. Krasinski has it. Krasinski bounce pass to Coonan. Coonan outside. Lentz wide open for three. That off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound is Hadley Toole, but it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Toole. 6:49 remains in the third quarter. The Bison are going to inbound here after the Jackrabbits fumble with the rebound. Amelia Hobson inbounds for the Bison. Jocelyn Schiller gets it, goes to Molly Lentz. Lentz, a whistle. Foul on the Jackrabbits. Brooklyn Meyer picks up her third personal foul, second team foul of the third quarter. .6:43 remaining in the third quarter. The Bison to inbound again in Jackrabbit territory. Coonan gets it. Looking for options. Avery Coonan goes off the foot of Brooklyn Meyer and out of bounds. .37 remaining in the third quarter. Jackrabbits still with that 2-point lead. It's 32-30. Lentz with it for the Bison on the near side. Going into Coonan. Coonan against Meyer. Spin move towards the basket and up for two. We're tied at 32 after the Coonan layup. 6:20 remaining in the third quarter. We're tied at 32. Emily Fox goes to the near side. Quick pass in to Maddie Mathewitz. Mathewitz out to Fox. Fox driving all the way across Barron's. Toole near side driving in the paint. Toole lost it out of bounds. It'll be a turnover. 6:01 remaining in the third quarter. The Jackrabbits turn it over and the Bison to inbound here. Jocelyn Schiller gets it and she's across half court. Carrington Asp goes right to Molly Lentz outside the arc. Quick inside to Coonan. Coonan open for the two. The Bison take the lead. 34-32. The Jackrabbits down by two and a whistle. Timeout taken by head coach Aaron Johnston and the Jackrabbits. 5:41 remains in the third, and the Bison just took the lead away from the Jackrabbits. The Jacks held the lead for 20 minutes. The Bison, 55 seconds with the lead. We'll step aside, and we'll be back after the timeout.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSDJ 90.7.
Welcome back in to the Summit League Finals here in Sioux Falls. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegian Sports. If you're listening on YouTube or on KSDJ 90.7 FM, thank you for listening. Glad to have you alongside me for this one. The Bison just took the lead away from the number 2 seeded Jackrabbits. It's 34-32 with the Jackrabbits down by 2. Head coach Aaron Johnston for the Jacks took a timeout to talk things over. 5:41 remaining in the third quarter. The Jackrabbits shooting by period in the game. The Jacks are 14-32 43% for the Jackrabbits. They are still 0 for 7 on three-pointers. Has not made one from outside the arc yet today. The Jackrabbits are 4 for 8 at the line, 50% there. Compare that to the Bison, 13 for 35, 37% from the field. Three-pointers, they're 6 for 15, 40% for the Bison. Free throws, 2 for 3, 66% for NDSU. Hillary Barons to inbound here for the Jacks to kick things off after the timeout. Emily Fox up the court now. Fox to Mathewitz. Mathewitz goes to Ellie Kolbeck on the far side. Kolbeck here to Barons. Top of the arc. Barons driving in. Barons in the paint. Looking past Coonan. Could not get it. And blocked by Avery Coonan. She was headed towards the net. 9 seconds on the shot clock. The Jacks will inbound in Bison territory. Got it to Emily Fox. Here is Brooklyn Meyer. Meyer trying for the bucket. Couldn't get it. Second chance is in the and one for Brooklyn Meyer. Carrington Asp picks up the foul, second team foul of the third quarter. 5:21 left to go in this quarter, and Brooklyn Meyer's at the line once again, shooting 2. Meyer's 2 for 6 on free throws today. First one is missed and then rebounded immediately by the Bison. We're tied at 34. The Bison with it. At the top of the arc, it's Carrington Asp. Coonan in to Asp against Hadley Toole. In the near side corner, wide open is Amelia Hobson. No good, but rebounded by Coonan. Coonan fadeaway 2 and the and 1 for Avery Coonan. 4:53 remains in the third quarter. Third team foul for the Jackrabbits, and Avery Coonan will have an and 1 after the media timeout. Right now, it's 36-34. Jackrabbits down by 2. We'll step aside. We'll be back after this.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSDJ 90.7.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated. This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings Park West. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, Park West is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. Park West is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
Welcome back in. 34-36 is the score. The Jackrabbits are down by 2 with just about 5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter of the Summit League final game. Scoring by period in the first period, the Jackrabbits able to outscore the Bison 16-12. Moving on to the second, it was a tie, 15 for both teams in the second quarter. In the third, the Bison are outscoring the Jackrabbits 9-3. The Jacks looking to pick things up here in the third quarter. Right now, it's Avery Coonan at the line, shooting an and one for North Dakota State. Coonan just waiting to come back from the TV break here to get back underway. Coonan at the line, shooting the and one. We're back here from the media timeout. Coonan to complete the three-point play is no good. Off the rim, rebounded by nobody. That ball goes out of bounds, and the Jackrabbits will take it away from there. Inbound goes to Emily Fox, and the Jacks trying to answer. Emily Fox, bounce pass to Maddie Mathewitz on the near side. Mathewitz driving in, runs into trouble, has to pass out to Emily Fox. Fox tries to drive in through the paint, up for two, and good, in off the glass. Emily Fox ties things up at 36. 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Jocelyn Schiller looking left, now right, goes to Lentz on the right. Here's Coonan inside. Coonan working against Felchley, goes Lentz in the far side corner, wide open for three, no good. Rimmed out, rebounded by Madison Mathewitz. 4 minutes remaining in the third. We're tied at 36. The Jackrabbits looking for the lead. A foul comes in as Mathewitz was driving. Hobson picks up a foul, third team foul for the Bison of the third quarter. 4 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in this quarter. Hillary Behrens to inbound. Gets it into Emily Fox. Fox moving in. Got a screen from Felchley. Gets to Ellie Colbeck on the near side. Hillary Behrens, top of the arc. Behrens to Fox near side. Fox driving in, under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Colbeck driving in, 5 seconds. And a whistle as Colbeck was shooting. Molly Lentz picks up the fourth team foul for the Bison. Ellie Colbeck at the line, shooting two. Colbeck, one of the seniors for this Jackrabbit squad, has a rebound and an assist today. Now with a chance for some points at the line. First one is good for Ellie Colbeck, taking the lead by one, 37-36 now. Colbeck, second shot. Off the rim, no good. Almost rebounded by Brooklyn Felchley, but couldn't hang on to it. The Bison going the other way. Jocelyn Schiller. Schiller with it, passes left. Molly Lentz outside the arc into Avery Coonan at the top of the key. Coonan goes right to Schiller. Inside, it is Asp off the glass and no good. Hit the corner of the glass and bounced out. Here is Emily Fox quick the other way. Colbeck, top of the key. Colbeck goes right. Fox for three. That's good. Nothing but net for Emily Fox. Emily Fox nails a three-pointer. It's 40-36. The Jacks by 4. 3 minutes remaining in the third. Coonan up for two. No good. Brooklyn Felchley with the rebound. Emily Fox headed the other way. Fox at the top of the arc on the far side. Fox steps back towards the Summit League logo. Now driving in. Fox on the far side gives to Ellie Colbeck on the near side. Colbeck driving in the paint. Going for the two-point basket. No good. But a whistle on the shot from Colbeck. Jocelyn Schiller picks up the 15th foul for the Bison, and the Jackrabbits into the bonus. Colbeck will go to the line, and she'll shoot two. Colbeck's first is good. Second shot from Ellie Kolbeck. Is also good. Kolbeck, 3 for 4 at the line today. 2:38 remaining in the third, and the Jackrabbits lead the Bison 42-36. Jocelyn Schiller across half court. Schiller goes right. Give to Molly Lentz. Lentz to Amelia Hobson. Hobson bounce pass in to Coonan. Coonan goes out. Schiller wide open for 3. Off the rim, no good. Hadley Toole on the rebound. Emily Fox going to take it across half court for the Jacks. 2:15 remaining in the third quarter. Emily Fox for 3. That off the rim to the right. No good. Rebound Avery Coonan. 2 minutes remaining in the third. It's still 42-36 with the Jackrabbits up by 6. Schiller drives in, now steps outside the arc. Goes to Carrington Asp at the top of the arc. Asp moving left, trying to get inside the paint. Kicks out to her teammate. Back into Asp, up for 2. Carrington Asp in for a 2-point basket. 42-38, the Jackrabbits up by 4. Minute 30 remaining here in the third quarter. Emily Fox across half court. Fox on the far side. Kicks out to Brooklyn Meyer. Meyer to Mathewitz. Mathewitz for 3 with the screen from Meyer. Hit the rim. Unlucky bounce out there. Rebound by Avery Coonan. Jocelyn Schiller headed the other way. Minute 20 remaining in the third quarter. Schiller outside the arc. Driving in the paint now. Goes to Lentz. Lentz wide open and decides to step in and take the mid-range jump shot. No good. Rebound Maddie Mathewitz. Mathewitz across half court for the Jacks. Goes to Hadley Toole. Toole for the layup. It's good. In off the glass. Hadley Toole. Toole with 10 points today and a timeout taken by NDSU. It's 44-38. The Jackrabbits with a 6-point lead over the Bison with a minute remaining here in the third quarter. We'll stick with it as the Bison use their first timeout of the day. The Jackrabbits still in the bonus. We've got a minute remaining in the third quarter. The Jacks lead the Bison 44-38. Hadley Toole just hit double digits here for the Jackrabbits. 10 points today, 4 for 8 on field goals, 6 rebounds and 1 assist. Brooklyn Meyer with 18 points, 8 for 14 from the field, 2 for 7 at the line, 8 rebounds for Brooklyn Meyer. Behind those two, Emily Fox has 7. Hillary Barons with 4. Ellie Kolbeck with 3. And Maddie Mathewitz with 2. Taking a look at the Bison leading scorer, it's Avery Coonan with 10 points today. A minute remaining in the third. Inbound goes to the Bison, Jocelyn Schiller. Schiller holding it around the logo. 20 seconds on the shot clock, down to 50 seconds on the third quarter clock. Lentz goes to Schiller. Schiller to Krasinski. Back to Schiller. Schiller to Frost. Frost top of the arc. Going left. Lentz from the near side for 3. It's good. Molly Lentz. 44-41. The Jackrabbits with a narrow 3-point lead over the Bison. 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. There's about 1 second more on the game clock than the shot clock. Emily Fox has it on the far side. Give to Brooklyn Meyer. Meyer back to Fox on the Summit League logo. Down to 10 seconds shot clock. Fox driving in. Down to 7. Fox kicks out. Brooklyn Meyer outside the arc driving in. Down to 4. 3. Corner 3 is no good from Emily Fox. Krasinski going to fling it from half court, and it's no good. Ending the third quarter, 44-41. The Jackrabbits lead by 3 over the number 1 seeded North Dakota State Bison. There's still 10 minutes left to play in this championship game, and it will decide who walks away with the Summit League trophy. We'll step aside and be back for the final quarter of action here from Sioux Falls.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSTJ 90.7.
This portion of KSTJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated.
Welcome back into the Denny Sanford Premier Center. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegian Sports. The Jackrabbits lead the Bison 44-41 headed into the fourth quarter. Let's take a look at some stats. You know, a good one. The Jackrabbits finally hit a three-point shot. That one came from Emily Fox outside the three in the third quarter. Otherwise, the Jackrabbits are 1 for 11 on threes, 9% make percentage there. Compared to the Bison, 7 for 19 from outside the arc. They make 37% of the three-pointers. But from the field, the Jackrabbits with an advantage, 44%, 18 for 41 there. Compared to the Bison, 36%, 16 for 44. The Jackrabbits have had more trips to the free throw line today. 54% make, 7 for 13 for the Jacks, 50% for the Bison, but only 2 for 4 over there. The Jackrabbits have had 7 turnovers compared to the Bison 4. And the Bison are able to get 5 points off the turnovers compared to the Jackrabbit 2. Fourth quarter underway, and the last 10 minutes of the Summit League final in the balance. Ellie Colbeck gives to Hadley Toole. Here is Hillary Barnes at the top of the arc. Goes to Maddie Mathewitz on the far side. Mathewitz quiet today, only has 2 points for the Jacks, averaging 20 in the last couple of games. Goes to Hillary Barnes on the far side. 10-second shot clock. Toole driving inside. Going up for 2. Off the glass, no good. Avery Coonan on the rebound. Jocelyn Schiller goes to Molly Lentz on the near side. Lentz looking for options. Now driving across to the far side. Going to Krasinski. Here's Coonan. Coonan to Schiller. Schiller driving in the paint. Passing out here to Frost. Frost spin move, goes out to Krasinski. 5-second shot clock. Coonan in trouble, goes to Krasinski for 3. That off the rim, no good. Rebound by Hillary Barons. 9 minutes left to go in the game. The Jacks lead it 44-41. Jackrabbit up the court is Hadley Toole. Give to Maddie Mathewitz. Maddie Mathewitz drives off to the right. Bounce pass in to Brooklyn Meyer. Ball ends up on the court. Has to pass it out to Ellie Colbeck. She was in trouble there. Colbeck going for 2. Gets the layup. Ellie Colbeck. 46-41. The Jacks lead the Bison by 5. 8:30 remaining in the game. Jocelyn Schiller gives to Abby Krasinski. Coonan goes to Frost on the far side. Frost spin move. Go to Coonan. And Coonan no good off the rim. And Hillary Barnes on the rebound. Ellie Colbeck, cross half court. Spin move from Colbeck. Driving in, passes out to Hillary Barons. Barons outside the arc. And here to Colbeck on the near side. Colbeck now going inside the paint. Going for 2, no good, but Ellie Colbeck draws the foul. And she'll go to the line. First foul of the fourth quarter goes to the Bison. And Ellie Colbeck at the line shooting 2. Kolbeck with her first is good. Ellie Kolbeck 4 for 5 today on free throws. Another one coming. And that one is good. Ellie Kolbeck makes both. 48-41, the Jacks lead the Bison by 7 in the final minutes of this championship game. Marissa Frost moving forward, give to Molly Lentz. Krasinski over to her teammate and back over to Frost. This one popped in the air. Krasinski picks it out of the air, and the Bison maintain control. Three-point shot coming in here off the rim, no good. Amelia Hobson got it, but off the knee of Hadley Toole, it goes out of bounds, and the Bison are going to inbound. Just a misstep there on the rebound by the Jackrabbits, and it heads out of bounds. And the Bison get another opportunity. Krasinski gets the inbound. The Bison moving inside is Coonan. Coonan kicks out to Hobson. Hobson for three. That off the rim, no good. Rebound by the Jackrabbits. Ellie Kolbeck up the court. 7:30 remaining in the game. Kolbeck on the outside of the arc on the near side, looking for options. Kolbeck goes to Madison Mathewitz. Mathewitz driving into the paint. Mathewitz up for two, no good. And a whistle. 7:17 remaining in the fourth. Ball goes out of bounds on the Jackrabbits, and the Bison are going to get it. Marissa Frost gets the inbound here from her teammate of the Bison. Outside the arc, passing right. Here's Abby Krasinski. Here to Lentz. Lentz for three. That's good. Molly Lentz. 48-44. The Jacks lead by a narrow 4 with 7 minutes remaining in the game. Ellie Kolbeck passes left. Hadley Toole. Toole inside for Brooklyn Meyer. Meyer going for the two-point basket. Couldn't make it happen. Got a triple team on her from the Bison. Marissa Frost with it for NDSU. Outside the arc. Here to Krasinski, top of the arc. Krasinski to Avery Coonan. Coonan into Krasinski. Krasinski reach around two, no good, but a foul. Foul on Hillary Behrens. First foul of the fourth quarter for the Jackrabbits. It will send Abby Krasinski to the line, shooting two. 6:25 remaining in the game. It's 48-44. The Jackrabbits ahead. Krasinski's first is missed. Second shot from Abby Krasinski. Off the front of the rim and in for one. 48-45, the Jacks lead by a narrow 3. 6:20 remaining in the game. Kolbeck goes to Maddie Mathewitz. Mathewitz tripped up on her drive and a whistle. Marissa Frost picks up the foul. Second team foul of the fourth quarter for the Bison. Maddie Mathewitz still only held to 2 points today. She's 1 for 7 on field goals. Emily Fox gets the inbound for the Jacks. Passes it over to Ellie Kolbeck on the far side. Kolbeck here to Hillary Behrens. Emily Fox near side. Fox driving in. And a travel called on Emily Fox. 6:03 remaining in the game. Jacks lead it by 3. It's 48-45. Abby Krasinski will inbound for the Bison. Gets it into Jocelyn Schiller. Jocelyn Schiller across half court for the Bison. Going left. Gets to Hobson. Lentz in on the far side. Krasinski. Back to Lentz. Top of the arc. Lentz driving in. Goes to Hobson. Hobson all the way across. Schiller in the near side corner. Schiller down to 7 seconds on the shot clock. Schiller spin move in the paint. A whistle as she was driving. They'll say she stepped out of bounds underneath the basket. 5:38 remains in the game. The Jackrabbits looking to make their lead a little bit wider. Kolbeck looking for options. In trouble, has to give to Mathewitz on the near side. Mathewitz all the way across to Kolbeck, far side. Driving in, Kolbeck, no good. Rebound, Avery Coonan. Coonan to Schiller. 5:15 remaining in the game. Schiller outside the arc. Driving into the paint now. Jocelyn Schiller spin move out to Avery Coonan. Coonan jump shot for two. Off the rim. No good. Rebound. Hillary Barons. Barons in trouble. Gets it to Emily Fox. 5 minutes remaining. Mathewitz has it on the near side. Brooklyn Meyer. Meyer in the paint against Coonan. And a foul as Meyer was trying to complete the shot. Avery Coonan picks up her third personal foul, third team foul of the fourth. 48-45. The Jackrabbits lead the Bison by 3. We're under 5 minutes remaining in the game. When we come back, Brooklyn Meyer at the line, shooting 2.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings ParkWest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, ParkWest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. ParkWest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
There are many things in life that can get in the way of a great night's sleep. Your bed doesn't have to be one of them. You can find many options for your nest bed at the locally owned and operated Mattress by Appointment, located both in Brookings and Watertown. Mattress by Appointment has a wide selection of mattresses at prices below traditional retail stores. To make an appointment, you can text or call them at 605-695-8223. Mattress by Appointment is a proud sponsor of KSDJ 90.7.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by Kraft. Great food, fresh flavors, and a local touch. That's Kraft. From mouth-watering sandwiches and crisp salads to juicy burgers, steak, and pasta, there's something for everyone. Experience their famous cheesecake. Handcrafted and family-owned, you can find Kraft on the corner of 6th Street and Maderi. Reservations are appreciated.
Welcome back into the Denny Stanford Premier Center. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegiate Sports. It's the Summit League Women's Basketball Championship here. The number 2 seed Jackrabbits taking on the number 1 seeded North Dakota State Bison. The Jackrabbits with the lead. It's 48-45. Under 5 minutes remaining in the game. Molly Lentz currently leads the Bison in scoring with 12 points today. She's 4 for 8 on three-pointers. 2 rebounds and 1 assist for Molly Lentz. Avery Coonan, the Summit League Player of the Year for the Bison. 10 points today, held to 4 for 12 on field goals, 2 for 3 on free throws. 10 rebounds and 6 assists. Coonan with the double-double. Brooklyn Myers at the line, shooting 2. Meyer, the leading scorer for the Jackrabbits today with 18. She's 8 for 15 on field goals, 2 for 7 on free throws. 8 rebounds for Meyer. First one is good. Second shot at the line for Brooklyn is good. 50-45, the Jacks lead the Bison by 5. We're under 5 minutes left to go in the Summit League final. Carrington Asp goes to Molly Lentz. Lentz to Avery Coonan. Coonan, Asp, center arc, wide open 3. That's off the rim. No good, and it heads out of bounds. The Jackrabbits will inbound. The Jacks are 1 for 11 on three-point shots today. One made by Emily Fox in the third quarter. Emily Fox with it right now for the Jackrabbits. On the outside of the arc gives to Maddie Mathewitz. Mathewitz driving in, looking out to Emily Fox. Fox on the far side give to Hillary Behrens. Behrens goes Colbeck near side corner. Colbeck kicks out Maddie Mathewitz. Mathewitz down to 5 seconds. Mathewitz quick inside, jump shot for two. Maddie Mathewitz in for 2 points. Maddie Mathewitz. 52-45, Jacks lead the Bison by 7 with 4 minutes remaining in the Summit League final. Abby Krasinski gives to Carrington Asp. Asp for 2, no good. Unlucky roll off the rim, rebounded by Hillary Behrens, and Emily Fox gets it. Fox on the near side. Going to the Summit League logo, here is Maddie Mathewitz. Mathewitz moving forward. Bounce pass over to Emily Fox. Fox to Ellie Colbeck. Colbeck out to Fox. Fox driving into the paint. Fox jump shot. Off the front of the rim, no good. Coonan goes for the rebound. Down to the ground is Fox, forcing the jump ball. Bison possession on the jump ball. 3:20 remains in the game. It's 52-45. The Jackrabbits lead the Bison by 7. Carrington Asp to inbound here on the jump ball. Inbound goes to Molly Lentz. Lentz across half court. Just over 3 minutes remains in this Summit League final. On the far side, Carrington Asp goes to Marissa Frost. Frost, top of the arc for 3. Off the rim, no good. Avery Coonan rebound and a whistle. As Coonan was going for the second chance. Mathewitz picks up her first foul of the game. Second team foul of the fourth. Coonan at the line shooting 2. Coonan's first is good. Second shot from Avery Coonan. 3 minutes remaining in the game. Coonan's second is good. 52-47, the Jacks lead the Bison by 5. Ellie Colbeck with it right now for the team in yellow and blue. Colbeck moving in on the near side. Outside the arc going to Emily Fox. Far side, Behrens. Behrens across to Colbeck. Colbeck looking to shoot, but looking for someone else to pass out to. She finds Emily Fox. Fox in the paint, going to Mathewitz. Far side corner, Behrens for 3. That airballed. Rebound by Brooklyn Meyer. Second chance, Brooklyn Meyer for 2. 22 points today for Meyer. It's 54-47. Jacks lead the Bison by 7. 2:22 remaining in the Summit League final. Carrington Asp at the top of the arc. Bounce pass in, Avery Coonan. Coonan dumps it into Asp. Asp for the reach around 2. 54-49. Jacks lead the Bison by 5. 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the game. Emily Fox across half court for the Jacks. Fox goes to Colbeck. Colbeck to Madison Mathewitz. On the far side, Emily Fox in Brooklyn Meyer. Meyer going for 2. Ran into a triple team and a whistle. Molly Lentz picks up the 4th team foul for the Bison, and Brooklyn Meyer will go to the line shooting 2. Brooklyn Meyer at the line. 1:51 left to go in this championship game. The winner moves on to the March Madness tournament. First is good for Brooklyn. 23 points today for B. Meyer. Second opportunity at the line. Shot from Brooklyn is good. Make it 24, and it's 56-49. The Jacks with a 7-point lead over the Bison. Under 2 minutes left to go in the championship game. Avery Coonan gives to Molly Lentz on the far side into Carrington Asp. And we will have a stoppage. Hillary Behrens picks up a foul. Third team foul of the fourth for the Jackrabbits. Frost inbounds cleanly to Coonan. Coonan gives to Molly Lentz. Lentz bounce pass in to Asp, and Asp in for two in the and one. 1:37 remaining in the game. Carrington Asp gets the 2-point bucket in the and one. She's at the line. As the score stands, it's 56-51. The Jackrabbits with a 5-point lead. Asp with one shot at the line. Shot by Asp is off the rim, no good, and out of bounds on the Jackrabbits. The Bison will inbound in Jackrabbit territory. Officials cleaning up a wet spot on the court. It's 56-51. The Jackrabbits with a 5-point lead over the Bison. Minute 35 remains in the game. The Bison get an inbound. It's stolen away by Maddie Mathowitz on the inbound by the Bison. Emily Fox up the court for SDSU. Under a minute 30 remaining. Fox into Brooklyn Meyer. Meyer driving in the paint. Spin move from Brooklyn off the glass and took a rim out. Unlucky shot there. And the Bison get the rebound. On the far side is Frost. Lentz, step back three off the rim, no good. Ball going out of bounds. Maddie Mathowitz chasing after it. Hit the ground there. I think some fans wanted a foul call there on the Bison. They're not going to get it. Goes out of bounds, and Hillary Behrens will inbound here for the Jacks. Behrens into Emily Fox. Fox driving. Just over a minute remains in the championship. And the Jackrabbits lead it by 5. Under a minute now. Emily Fox with it. Fox at the top of the arc. Looking left, now right. Fox finds Colbeck. Colbeck drops it, but a whistle. Ellie Colbeck draws the foul. Molly Lentz picks it up, and it's the 5th team foul for the Bison. Puts the Jackrabbits into the bonus. Ellie Colbeck goes to the line. She'll shoot 2. 49 seconds left to go. Ellie Colbeck at the line. Colbeck is 5 for 6 today on free throws. And this one is made. 6 for 7 from Ellie Colbeck. Has one more opportunity at the line. Second shot at the line, no good, rims off. Ball heading out of bounds. On the far side there. 47 seconds left in this championship game. The Jackrabbits lead the Bison 57-51. Jacks up by 6. NDSU uses a timeout. That's what happened at the end of that rebound. And they're going to need to come up with something big here. The Jackrabbits up by at least 2 scores. The Bison are going to have it after their timeout. Still plenty of time for them to tie things up. Jackrabbits just got to hold them off defensively. Brooklyn Meyer having a great day. 24 points today and 9 rebounds. Hopefully Brooklyn could pick up another rebound and get a double-double here in the Summit League Championship. Right now, leading scorers for NDSU is Avery Coonan with 12 and Molly Lentz with 12. Brooklyn Meyer has each of their scores combined with 24. The Bison going to inbound it here. Frost gets it in, and it's taken away on the inbound by Hillary Behrens. And a foul. Avery Coonan picks up her fourth personal foul there. And it'll send Behrens to the line, shooting 2. Behrens able to take away that inbound in a big moment. First one, unlucky, bounce it out. Second shot at the line for Behrens. Second shot for Behrens is good. It's 58-51. The Jackrabbits leading the Bison by 7. 45 seconds remaining in the championship. The Bison going to use another timeout. They're down to 1 remaining. Scoring by period. South Dakota State outscored the Bison 16-12 in the first. Both teams had 15 points in the second. In the third, NDSU outscored the Jackrabbits 14-13. In the fourth, South Dakota State outscoring the Bison 14-10. Still 45 seconds left to go in the championship. NDSU used the timeout. Jackrabbits got to hold strong on defense. They lead it by 7. Jackrabbits won the 3 previous Summit League tournaments, looking to make it a 4th in a row here against the Bison, the rivals from Fargo. NDSU with it. Frost goes across to the corner, and it goes out of bounds on the Bison. 39 seconds remaining in the fourth, and the Jackrabbits going to use a timeout. 58-51. The Jackrabbits up by 7 with 40 seconds remaining here in the championship game. Jackrabbits in the bonus. The Jacks quiet from outside the arc today. 1 for 12 on 3-pointers. The only one coming from Emily Fox, the #1 3-point shooter in the country. But the Jackrabbits shooting 8% from outside the arc today. 1 for 12, but didn't need it. Outscoring the Bison from field goals, 41%, 21 for 51 there from the Jackrabbits, compared to the Bison, 34%, 19 for 56. Also trumping the Bison in free throws. The Jackrabbits are 15 for 23 on free throws, compared to the Bison, 5 for 9. The Bison have 3 turnovers in the last 58 seconds. Coming out of the SDSU timeout. Jackrabbits advance the basketball past half court with the timeout. Officials talking something over at the scorer's bench. Officials still chatting things over. Head coach Aaron Johnston leading this Jackrabbit program. Summit League Coach of the Year, 5 years running. The Jackrabbits inbound. Brooklyn Meyer on the far side. Avery Coonan there in front of her. Brooklyn Meyer going to go for the inbound. 40 seconds left in the game. Brooklyn Meyer gets it in cleanly to Maddie Mathewitz, and then a quick foul there from Marissa Frost. And that's going to foul out Frost with 5. Maddie Mathewitz at the line. She'll shoot 2. 39.9 seconds remaining here in the championship game. Maddie Mathewitz at the line, shooting 2. First one is good. Second shot for Mathewitz. Off the rim and in. 60-51, the Jacks lead the Bison by 9 now. 39.9 seconds remaining in the championship game. The Bison going to use their last timeout. Mathewitz had a quiet game today. Rallied it up to 6 points there with the 2 free throws. Mathewitz was 2 for 8 from the field, 0 for 3 on three-pointers, and then hit both of her free throws right there. 6 rebounds, 3 assists, though, for Maddie. Still leading the Jackrabbits, Brooklyn Meyer with 24 points, 9 for 17, and 6 for 11 from the line. 9 rebounds for Brooklyn. Hadley Toole, the freshman, the second leading scorer for the Jacks today with 10. 4 for 9 from the field, 0 for 2 from outside the arc, 2 for 2 from the line. 6 rebounds and 1 assist for Hadley Toole. The Bison out of timeouts now. The Jacks have 2 remaining. The Bison advance the basketball past half court. Abby Krasinski gets the inbound. She flings it to Coonan, and it's intercepted by Brooklyn Meyer. The Jackrabbits take another one away from the Bison. 4 turnovers for the Bison in the last minute. The Bison handing it back to the Jackrabbits every time they get an opportunity to inbound. It's just falling apart fundamentally. Then fouled Brooklyn Meyer, and Meyer at the line shooting 2. MVP chance here in Denny Sanford Premier Center. First one is made from Brooklyn. Second shot from Meyer is good. 62-51, the Jackrabbits leading the Bison by 11. 30 seconds remaining in the championship. Schiller jump shot for 2 off the rim. Rebound, Hillary Behrens. Behrens fouled. Fouled hard, brought to the ground there by the Bison. 26 seconds remaining here in Sioux Falls. The Summit League final. Krasinski picks up a foul, and Hillary Behrens going to go to the line and shoot 2. Behrens at the line. First one is good. Second opportunity is also good. 64-51, the Jackrabbits by 13, just over 20 seconds remaining. Jocelyn Schiller quick up the court for the Bison, gives to Asp. Asp for 3, off the rim, no good. Rebound, Hadley Toole. Toole is going to hold on to it and close it out for the Jackrabbits. Mathewitz goes down to Brooklyn Meyer, and Meyer's going to hold the basketball. 10 things out, 1 second left, and the 4-peat is officially complete. The Jackrabbits, the 4-time Summit League champions, 4 years in a row. tears of joy from the Jackrabbit bench as there's embraces with head coach Aaron Johnston and the entire team celebrating here as they complete the four-peat here in Sioux Falls. Summit League champions back to back to back. The awards ceremony about to take place, and we'll cover it for you here. We'll stay live, and the Jackrabbits able to get a win over the Bison, 64-51 in the Summit League final. The Jackrabbits came in as the underdog number 2 seed and pull out a 13-point victory over the Bison. Let's take a look at some stats before the awards ceremony. The Jackrabbits win on an 8-0 run to close out this game, and the Bison had 4 turnovers in the last minute and 30 seconds of it. Every time the Bison were going for an inbound and looking for points, they just turned it right over off the inbound to the Jackrabbit defense. Taking a look at shooting throughout the game, South Dakota State was 41% for the field, 21 for 51, compared to the Bison, 33%, 19 for 58 over there. 3-pointers, the Jackrabbits only made one of those today, 1 for 12, 8% there for the Jacks, 30% for the Bison, 8 for 27 on 3-pointers. Free throws, the Jackrabbits made 21 for 29 free throws. That's 21 points from free throws alone. That was the deciding factor in this game. The Bison made 5 for 9. They hit 56%. Turnovers. The Bison had 9 turnovers compared to the Jackrabbit 8. Points off of turnovers. The Jacks had 7 compared to the Bison 5. Total rebounds. Jacks had 45. The Bison had 31. 10 of those were offensive for the Jacks and 7 for the Bison. Second chance points. The Jacks had 9 compared to the Bison 6. Off the bench, the Jacks had 8 points. The Bison had 10. Inside the paint, the Jackrabbits had 26 points, all of them coming from Brooklyn Meyer. She has 26 points today. And 22 of them coming from the Bison inside the paint. Steals today, the Jackrabbits had 5 compared to the Bison 2. Times with the lead. Lead changed 4 times today, but the Jackrabbits dominated for 33 minutes and 33 seconds. The Bison for 1 minute and 38 seconds. Taking a look at North Dakota State scoring leaders. Molly Lentz with 12 points today. Avery Coonan held to only 12. She averages around 20 points a game, held to 12. Molly Lentz was 4 for 12 on field goals. All of them were 3-point shots, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists for Molly Lentz. Avery Coonan with 12 points, 4 for 12 there on field goals. 4 for 5 from the line, 13 rebounds, 7 assists. Coonan gets the double-double for the Bison. Behind those two was Carrington Asp with 10 points, Abby Krasinski with 8, Jocelyn Schiller with 6, and Marissa Frost with 3. Taking a look at Jackrabbit scoring, Brooklyn Meyer dominated for the Jackrabbits with 26 points today, 9 for 17 on field goals, and 8 for 13 from the free throw line. 9 rebounds for Brooklyn Meyer. Behind her was Hadley Toole with 10 points. The freshman for the Jackrabbits was 4 for 9 on field goals, 0 for 2 on 3-pointers, and 2 for 2 from the line. 7 rebounds and 1 assist for Hadley Toole. Behind her was Ellie Kolbeck with 8 points today, another senior on this Jackrabbit squad alongside Brooklyn Meyer and Maddie Mathwitz. Ellie Kolbeck with 8 points, 1 for 3 on field goals, 0 for 1 on 3-pointers, and 6 for 8 from the free throw line. 2 rebounds and 2 assists for Ellie Kolbeck. Behind her was Hillary Barnes and Emily Fox with 7. Fox was 3 for 7 on field goals, 1 for 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Hillary Barnes, 7 points, 2 for 7 from the field, 0 for 3 on 3-pointers, 3 for 4 on free throws, 9 rebounds for Barnes. Maddie Mathwitz, the third and final senior for the Jackrabbit squad, had 6 points today, a little lower than we would have expected from her, but still a good showing nonetheless. 2 for 8 on field goals, 0 for 3 on 3-pointers, and 2 for 2 from the line. 6 rebounds and 3 assists for Maddie Mathwitz. Other Jackrabbits that played today, Brooklyn Felchley was out there and got 3 rebounds and 1 assist for the Jackrabbits. Jackrabbits with the highest plus minus today was Ellie Kolbeck. When she was on the floor, the Jackrabbits had a plus minus of 15. Behind her was Madison Mathewitz with a plus 11 and Brooklyn Felchley with a plus 10. The award ceremony just about to take place here in Sioux Falls with the 4-time champions, South Dakota State, going to be headed to March Madness to represent the Summit League. We're about to get an interview, and we'll turn up the volume as they start their award ceremony here.
Congratulations to the Bison on an incredible run to the championship game and a great season. And by the way, both of these teams belong in the field in 2 weeks when it's announced. The belongs to the Jackrabbits. Congratulations to President Greg Young, President Justin Sell, and Coach Jerry Johnson, and these great student athletes for the hard work they put in to reach the summit and become Summit League champions.
It's now time to hand out the trophy to your 2026 Summit League champions, the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. What does this one tell with this group?
Well, they're always group efforts for sure, but I have to say this about our seniors. Our 3 seniors were unbelievable. They were unbelievable in entire careers. Obviously, all 3 of them step up and have big games, but they're why we're standing here right now. Great team effort, love every one of those seniors are fantastic. And you were all fantastic. This makes us
what does it mean to you to be up on stage again this year with this group and this amazing crowd?
Yeah, it's everything. These young people put so much into this, and their families are out here looking at them. They know that. They know what they all go through to get a chance to even be here. But then to be in a tournament, figure out win a game, and a third game, it's incredible what they put themselves through, the commitment that they show, the dedication. But I think this makes it worth it. Standing up here celebrating one more time is worth every second.
Coach, congratulations. It's now time to hand out the award for Most Valuable Player. Coach already talking about how important the senior class is. The 2026 MVP is Brooklyn Bison.
You hear it here from Sioux Falls. Brooklyn Meyer named the Summit League Tournament MVP, Most Valuable Player. Brooklyn Meyer with a great showing today with 26 points. And we'll listen back in.
Now that it all kind of has sunk in that this was the last time that you're going to play a Summit League championship game, what's going through your mind as you look out for this crowd?
I mean, it's just amazing. I'm so proud of these girls. They made this year so fun and just so worth it. And yeah, just so proud of this team.
You heard Victor Nish say that both of the teams we saw playing today earned a spot in March Madness. You were about to punch your ticket there. What is a very
And the Jackrabbits punching their ticket into March Madness. Right now, you heard Brooklyn Meyer, a senior for this Jackrabbit squad, just say, "We're coming for you," to everybody else in the March Madness tournament. So the Jackrabbits coming to play in the March Madness tournament again. Last year, they made the tournament, were able to go as far to play UConn in Connecticut and ultimately fall to that team, which was such a strong program, the number 2 seed. UConn Huskies defeated the Jackrabbits second or third round there last year, but the Jackrabbits headed back into March Madness. Automatic qualifiers from the Summit League. Brooklyn Meyer named Summit League MVP and getting the trophy from the Summit League commissioner here.
At this time, we direct your attention to the stage. We will officially present the 2026 Summit League Women's Basketball Championship Awards. Your champions, the South Dakota State Jackrabbit.
Right now, they're going to give out all the official awards, the medals to the Jackrabbits. And then they're going to go cut the net here. Head coach Aaron Johnston celebrating here with his team, and Molly Abdouche going to go pick up her medal. She was injured and ruled out of this game after taking a hard fall in the semifinal game against USD. She hit the court with her head as she was going for a buzzer beater at the end of the third quarter and ran into a Yotes player and then had to exit that game. Was obviously in a lot of pain, but here today supporting her team and picking up her medal as the Jackrabbits get ready to cut the hoop here in Sioux Falls and the Denny Sanford Premier Center. They're going to take a piece of that net home. And again, huge congrats to the seniors on this South Dakota State group. Some of the winningest players in all of women's basketball. Ellie Kolbeck, Madison Mathewitz, and of course Brooklyn Meyer. All of them will be missed, but perhaps none more than Brooklyn Meyer, the Summit League MVP. And the Jackrabbits headed into the March Madness tournament, so there's plenty more to come for Jackrabbit basketball. From whatever side of the tournament they go, they're going to Sacramento or Fort Worth, Texas. We'll see when that bracket selection is, but it's been such a privilege to be here with you here in Sioux Falls to cover this Summit League tournament for Collegiate Sports and on KSTJ 90.7. Such a privilege. This is my senior year here at South Dakota State, so I'll be moving on after this, hopefully to bigger and brighter things. But it has been such a privilege to be able to cover these Jackrabbit sports for you over the years, whether that's football, volleyball, or basketball. We even did a couple baseball. We even did a couple club hockey. Everyone was such an honor to do. Hopefully, if the Jackrabbits have some spring volleyball games, we'll cover that for you. And maybe, if we're lucky, they'll send me to the March Madness tournament, but we'll have to lock that in first before I guarantee anything. But right now, on the schedule, this is the last thing that I have to cover for the athletic year. So I want to say thank you to everybody for listening, everybody who supported this program throughout my career here at South Dakota State. Thanks to Matt Wieberdink back in the studio here. He's putting it on the air at KSDJ 90.7 FM, so huge thanks to him. Huge thanks to Braden Byers, who got me on to the sports broadcaster thing my freshman year. Huge thanks to Brian Stemwedel, our faculty advisor over at Student Radio. Thanks to everybody who makes this stuff happen. Thanks to everybody who got us into the Summit League tournament. Huge thanks to Ian Wetzel, the photographer alongside me here, getting some pictures for the Collegian. And of course, Cordell Vitens. He's going to write a great story for the Collegian later today, so I would recommend you check that one out. Something along the lines of Jack's for Pete complete, something like that, the headline he told me would be. So make sure you read that one. And the Jackrabbits just going through here and getting their awards And head coach Aaron Johnston going to get a standing ovation here as he gets his medal. Huge accomplishment for head coach Aaron Johnston, able to see a four-peat in his time here as head coach. The Jackrabbits have done it in the past as part of the women's tournament. They have gotten four-peat in the past, but that was many years ago. And head coach Aaron Johnston able to get it done here. All tournament team about to be announced, so we will turn up the volume for you guys to listen in to the Summit League all tournament team.
St. Thomas. Angelina Robles, South Dakota. Avery Coogan, North Dakota State University. Maddie Melowitz, South Dakota State University. Brooklyn Meyer, South Dakota State University.
So Maddie Mathowitz and Brooklyn Meyer named to the Summit League Tournament all-tournament team. Mathowitz didn't have the best game today, but averaged over 20 points on the two previous games for the Jackrabbits. And Brooklyn Meyer having a great game every game here in Sioux Falls and all through the month of February. And what a great career it has been for Brooklyn Meyer, and she gets to keep going through the March Madness tournament and hopefully some professional basketball in the future for Brooklyn Meyer. But we'll see as the Pride's going to play us out here in Sioux Falls. It's been a privilege. I've been Ben Anderson for Collegiate Sports. As always, go big, go blue, go Jacks. The Jackrabbits defeat the Bison and complete the four-peat, 64-51 final score. Have a good night, everybody.